هذه التحديات دائما عندنا وكلها تحديات، وكلمة مستحيل أصلا علي أنا مش في قاموسنا في دولة الإمارات.
Farhan Al-Bastaki from the Impactful Leadership Program of Mohammed Rashid Center for Leadership Development. This center was set up by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed Rashid Al Maktoum, UAE Vice President and Prime Minister, ruler of Dubai, to create the future leaders of the UAE. And I was lucky enough to be one of the few chosen out of the many applicants to enroll in this program. When we started the program, each one of us was requested to choose for him or herself a target that is transformational, not only a developer. And the difference is that a transformational target pushes you to go beyond your boundaries of comfort constantly and for a long period until you become that transformed person that you are. When I started to think, what can I choose for me as a goal that qualifies as a transformational, I remember that 3 years ago I started horseback riding, and it was very terrifying experience for me. And that's because I have a phobia of falling, caused by many accidents caused in mountain biking days, which resulted in a lot of injuries. So a few classes, I went nowhere, and I gave up on the goal at that time. So I decided that this is an excellent opportunity to get over my fear of being on the back of the horse, and not only that, to actually accomplish successfully finishing 80-kilometer endurance race, which is the minimum requirement for one to qualify to actually start official racing. It's very important for a leader before setting a goal, it's to make sure that goal is attainable. And that's what I did. Before committing to the 80-kilometer, I asked some experts, stable owners, people who are in endurance racing already. This is who I am, this is my age, this is my riding level at the moment. I want to be at 80 in less than a year. Can I? And the answer was yes, but you have to do 1, 2, 3, and listed the things that I have to do. It's very important for a successful leader to break down his overall goal into smaller goals. So my target was 80. Now the 80 is divided initially into having to pass 2 40s to qualify for the 80. And then to do the 2 40s in my stable, I had to do a few 20s. And then to do the 20s, I had to do a few 10s and a few 5s, and even down to single kilometers to run them successfully on the right body position. I still remember the very initial days when just walking with the horse for a few steps was very frightening. That even some kids there in the arena were like laughing, and how can this man who's as old as our our parents and twice our height, so afraid of just being on the back of the horse, and my trainer telling them it's okay, each one of us has his own challenges, and this is how we overcome them. And it was a great experience how I was gaining confidence to walk with the horse. And then when I start trotting, the fear comes back again. And I pull the horse to walk, and then it took me some time to get over trotting, and then when I would go from trotting to cantering, that fear again came back again, because the faster the horse will go, the more the fear will come back that I might fall.
Stop, 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 stop.
And
stop,
so
stop.
I would always pull the horse back to make it stop. I will never forget the moment when I cantered for my first time. It was an unbelievable moment. The fear I always had of going faster with the horse and going from trotting to cantering, that feeling and that moment when I got over that fear is something I'll remember forever.
Oh, ah, oh my God. Oh. Ah, it's fun.
What happened? Tell me.
It's fun.
I kill you for fun.
This is canter, right?
Yes, this is counter.
Any leader with any project faces times of challenges and even setbacks. And I had that. Even after I had successfully cantered, the fear came back again. And for a full month, I was struggling to canter, which I had already done before. That made me realize that I need to change my training techniques. And I even need to change trainers now.
Stand up. Full. Let's go.
You will not hold horse?
1, 2. More up. It's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I had a trainer who took me from level 0 to here. Now I need another trainer to take me from here to endurance.
ريح شوي.
لا خلاص وجهك كيف سولف انت مو بتعبان انت
تنس يا.
هذا دمان دمان هيك اغمد شوي يسمونه الانجليز ماونتن كذا.
Well, the fear was going less and less, and the stamina and endurance was building more and more, and now came race 1. That night, I couldn't sleep. Mix of excitement, anxiety, fear, that made me not sleep. And a very big mistake I did in that race was that I chose not to drink water for the fear that I might need to stop and go use the toilet and come back. The biggest mistake, because 10 kilometers into the 40-kilometer race, I was so dried up that I was fearing I might faint. And I almost for a second told my trainer, who was in the support car next to us, stop, I'm getting off the horse. 2 reasons that helped me get over that feeling of I might quit. One is the 30-second video I had done in the beginning of the program. That was a promise to Mohammed bin Rashid Center of Leadership Development and my classmates in the program. And ultimately a promise to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum that I will do it. And there was no way that I will let myself down in front of him, His Highness, and my colleagues. Number 2, my father, my #1 fan, was in the support car next to us, the riders. And there was no way I will let myself down in front of him, that out of all the team members, it was his son who gave up. So that helped me to continue going, and I started to drink water and continued the race.
We've prepared the horses and now we're going to meet them at the race village where we will get more
The moment
prepared
I crossed
and start
20
the race
kilometers, it was a countdown for the following 20. And it went so smoothly. Very easy it was, the last 20. And the feeling when I crossed the finish line and the horse successfully passed the vet check, that feeling of my first race ever done is an unforgettable feeling.
I was telling Nuran that I'm strangely comfortable. We shouldn't be comfortable. We should be nervous. We have prepared the horses and now we're going to meet them at the race village where we will get more prepared and start the race there.
Came race 2, I was ready mentally, physically, arrived there to the endurance village, and unfortunately my horse did not pass the vet check required before starting the race, so I couldn't do the race.
Unfortunately the horse didn't pass the vet check it showed some lameness. It's not walking right, but inshallah next race. After last week's inability to qualify to enter the race, here we are back again today with a new horse, Singh. Now we will have to pass the vet check. First they will check the identity of the horse because there's a chip in its neck, and then later they will check its heartbeat, its lungs, and eventually they will check the throat of the horse to make sure there's no lameness. Alhamdulillah, we registered and we passed the vet check, and hopefully in 2.5 to 3 hours we will meet here again and with the success and winning. We've done 6 kilometers and about 34 to go. Alhamdulillah, we finished the race. Now we're gonna cross the finish line, and inshallah we're gonna pass the vet check, the heart rate and no lameness. Inshallah khair. Now we're gonna cool down the horses and make sure their heart rate is low enough before we take them into the vet check. Alhamdulillah, we passed the vet check and we've done now 2 40s. The next race is the 80 on the 28th of this month.
The 80-kilometer race is divided into 3 loops, a 40, a 20 and a 20, with a vet check between every 2 loops.
We finished 11 kilometers and remaining 29, inshallah. $35 done, 5 remaining. We will now cross the finish line, then do the vet check and hopefully pass that, have a half-an-hour break, then do the second loop of 20, and then another loop of 20, and that should complete the 80 kilometers.
Started the first 40, all energy and power and determination. For some reason, midway, I lost all of my energy. And it was a real struggle to make it through until the finish line. Finished the 40 and I was so exhausted that for a second I wished that my horse won't pass the vet check, So I would have a reason not to continue rather than quitting. It was so tiring that for a second, I wished if my horse won't pass the vet check, so I have a reason not to continue. That's how tiring it was. But alhamdulillah. I didn't let that feeling have any impact on me. I let that feeling go, and alhamdulillah, my horse passed the vet check. We had some half an hour break between the first loop and second one. Second loop, I decided to consider it a countdown from 20 to 0 rather than 1 to 3 kilometers, and that helped me to go through it. But by the end of it, I was now even more exhausted than the end of the first 40. And for a second, I even wished that I had chosen initially at the beginning of the program in January, if I had chosen 40 kilometers instead of 80 as my goal.
A transformational goal that's easy than an 80. Oh my God, it's a killer. But we've done 60, only 20 to go.
But I thought, you know what, I'm here now, I've done most of it, 60 is done, only 20 is left, let's do it. So we started the last loop, and it was even more tiring, no more energy left. I checked with my trainer, do I have time if I go slower than the team? And he said, yes, you have.
No, I want to walk. I want to walk. So we have time, do we?
So I decided to get off my horse and walk next to my horse to regain my energy for about half a kilometer, and then get back on the horse again, walk a little bit, canter a little bit, a mix. Just make sure that I cross the finish line in the right shape, myself and the horse. And alhamdulillah, across the finish line, a full year of training and determination brought us here, and the horse passed the vet check successfully, and the transformational goal was accomplished.
Alhamdulillah, we finished the 80 endurance. A transformational project indeed. In the beginning of the year, just sitting on the back of the horse was frightening. I had a phobia of that. And slowly got over that and got over the fear. Then it became a fitness challenge. We did 5K and then 10, then a few 20s, then a couple of 40s. And here we are today doing the 80. As Sheikh Mohammed says, the word impossible does not exist in the dictionary of an impactful leader. And we proved him right. So thank you, Your Highness. Thank you for inspiring us. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to prove that us, the children of Zayed, nothing can stop us.
I am extremely happy that it was this goal that I chose as my transformational project. What I had gone through, the experience, the challenges, and overcoming them all the way until crossing the finish line is something I will never forget. It's a value that I will carry with me that has added value to me, and I will add value to my nation with my experience. Your Highness, you said it right. There is no place for the word impossible in the dictionary of a leader. Thanks to Allah, first of all, for this great achievement, making it through. And one has to also thank everyone who participated in making this possible. To start with the Mohammed bin Rashid Center for Leadership Development, their organization, giving us this chance and making it happen. Al Jihad Stables, its owners and its trainers, the management there, Mr. Ali, the owner, his son Hussein, Hassan, the trainer, Elvira, the trainer there. Of course, my father, I mentioned him before and I'll mention him again and again. My #1 fan throughout my whole experience going through all of these races was my father. He was there in every race, supporting me, cheering me up, and he was the reason why in my lowest of moments, I did not give up and I kept on going. So thank you so much, my dad. Thank you. My teammates in this table, my teammates at Mohammed bin Rashid Center for Leadership Development, how they were cheering and supporting throughout, and everyone at this table there. Thank you so much. Without of you all, it would not have been this easy.